Alrighty. Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew McBride. I'm the one of the two server owners here on DOJ PS4. And over the last 3 or 4 months, we've been redesigning our whole CAD and MDT system for our server. And I am proud to announce that we have finally, after 80 days, finished our LEO portion of the CAD. This video will be on the fairly longer side of the length of the video, so just be prepared of that. I will put timestamps in the description of this video just to kind of piece it together. We're going to showcase the CAD and then some differences with LEO in general here on DOJ PS4. So I apologize if this is long. Also, as many of you guys know, I'm not very used to making YouTube videos, so this is new for me as well. So we're gonna figure this out while we go. But again, you can watch the whole thing if you like. If you want to learn about everything, I recommend you do at least once, and then later down the line, if you need to go back to this video, you can. If you created an account on our CAD before, you do not need to create another account. You would just need to log in with the same information. If you have never made an account before, I will show you how to do that and how to sign up. So first, you want to put, if you don't have an account, you're going to want to sign up. And to do that, you're going to click the sign up button right here. And then from here, you're going to enter your information. I'm not going to put any of my current information, but I am going to just put some sample information here. So I'm going to put the Discord username as test, and then hashtag 000. Character full name is going to be test. Email will be, let's just say, DOJPS4 is the best at gmail.com. Password, ABC. And then the access password will be McBride, my last name, all lower caps. So it'll be MCBRIDE. And then next. Perfect. So you're going to click the departments that you are for. Currently, we do have all these other departments in our CAD. We are currently redesigning everything. So the only things we have completed is the San Andreas Highway Patrol, or the State Police, the Blaine County Sheriff's Office, and the LSPD. These are our 3 primary departments right now. So you will just need to click one of these. So let's say if you're part of the BCSO, you're just going to click that right there. If you're part of the LSPD, you're going to click that. Likewise, if you are applying for a fire department, we don't currently use Blaine County Fire Department. We only use the Los Angeles Fire Department. So you would just click that if you are applying for fire. Please only click one of these, the one that you are choosing. Don't click multiples. That just is going to cause more work for our admins and our supervisors down the line. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to click LSPD, and then I'm going to hit request access. And then after that, it says after you request access, please go to your department's Discord channel and do the command request CAD. The command is actually not set up right now, but right when I publish this video, the command will be done. I'm actually going to click SAHP because that's the one I have in Discord. So I'm going to hit request access, and that is it. So all you have to do then is go to emergency services, to the SAHP. Everyone will have their own channel. LSPD will have the LSPD channel, and BCSO will have the BCSO channel, but it will be in the same place. And all you have to do is at SASP high command. I'm not sure if you actually cannot mention that, so that's fine. The high command for SAHP is Flores and Wilson. So all I'm going to say is requesting access for CAD. and then I'm just gonna put for video there. All right, so you put that there, and then they're going to give you access, and they will let you know when they give you access. So we're gonna go back to here, and I'm actually going to give myself access here. 1 second. Alrighty. So once you get approved, you can go ahead and refresh, and then you're gonna be already logged in. If you are not logged in, you're gonna be right here, and then all you gotta do is put the password and email and log in. If you forgot your password, you just put your email, and then it will send you a password reset email with the email that you put. We do not save any passwords for your security as well as ours, so we can't retrieve your password anyway. So this is the only way for you to reset your password. But we're just gonna log in here. Alrighty. So this is our main dashboard. When someone says the dashboard, this is what it's talking about. It's going to show all our departments, all our law enforcement departments, our 911 communications, our IAA or FIB, Department of Corrections, Fire Department, and then CIV resources. Again, at this moment, we only have these first 3 working, but over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will try to get the Fire Department and the civilian resources up and running. So here's all the departments. If we have any announcements, they will be put down here. Additionally, this button goes back to the dashboard here. Account settings, a link to a Discord, a link to our website. If you like to donate to the server, and these 2 are just for staff, and then you can log out right there. So the first thing you want to do when you get to the dashboard for the first time, and you only have to do this the first time again, is go to account settings. Just make sure all this information is correct. You see that the San Andreas Highway Patrol is your approved department. Let me actually go real quick here and approve subdivision. I'm just going to refresh this, and then my subdivision was approved. Again, I'm going to backtrack here. So when you log onto the CAD for the first time, and again, you only have to do this the first time, you go to account settings, and you will need to put your badge number. For this instance, I'm going to put my own badge number, which is 150. You're going to hit the plus sign, and you're going to hit save. And that is it. Make sure it says saved, and then you can return home. So that is all the setup you will need to do on the CAD. Now we can go right into the department. All the LEO departments look exactly the same. The only differences is the color and then some of the badges and that kind of stuff. The labeling. So everything is the same. Everything is in the same position. It's just the colors for the most part, to be honest. So I am going to show you San Andreas Highway Patrol, but again, the Blaine County Sheriff's Office and Los Angeles Police Department are exactly the same, just different colors. I will show you at the end of the video on what those look like, just so you can get an example. Anyways, we're gonna click San Andreas Highway Patrol. In the future, we're gonna have different servers: whitelisted servers, general servers, public servers. But just for this instance, for now, we just have the general session. Go ahead and click that. Subdivisions. So subdivisions will be the vehicle you are driving. In the September election of the DOJ PS4 September election, we voted on the different high commands for each department, as well as voted on by actually a landslide. I think it was 80% of the server decided that they want all the cops to drive personal vehicles instead of the in-game police vehicles. So because of that, our high command redesigned some GTA Online vehicles like the Buffalo, the Baller, and that kind of stuff into police vehicles. So because of that, we are allowing each police officer to have one vehicle of their choice within a few options. So this for this example, I just gave me the Buffalo S. So you need to click that. Then you need to click your identifier. If you do not have an identifier, if you did not do that account settings, you can click right here, and then you can do the same steps I showed you earlier. So when you get that all entered, go ahead and hit continue. And then here is our computer-aided dispatch and mobile data terminal. So it looks very basic, simplistic. That's kind of what we were kind of going with. So the first thing when you get in here is you want to go on the top right corner and make sure this says on duty. If this says off duty like that, you just want to hit on duty. All right. And then at that point, you can radio in 10.8, or if you want to stay just in service, that's fine. So I'm going to actually hit 10.8 right there. Let me get a drink real quick. Alrighty. Our big thing with this CAD is you can dispatch yourself. There are self-dispatching tools. So I will go through that right now. So when you are in service, when you're 10.8, you can just hit 10.8, and then it will just show yourself as 10.8 for all the other officers and dispatch. When you are out of service, you can hit 10.7, and that basically means you're just out of service, you're AFK, you're taking a break whatsoever. If you're 10.6, if you're eating food or, you're doing something in role play, you could do that. So you could hit 10.6. If you are on a traffic stop, I believe all departments are forcing officers to track their traffic stops. So when you pull someone over on a traffic stop, you just want to hit traffic stop or 10.11, and then you want to put the location. So I'm going to put the location of Yellow Jack on Panorama Drive. Posto, I believe, is 3000, let's just say, and then description will be hit and run. So I'm just going to hit confirm, and a little tone will sound. And then here is your call notes. So call number 138, postal location, and your officer badge number. The shared notepad, this was actually something that I was confused on. But the shared notepad is something that you don't type in. Of course, you can type in here, but it won't actually save. The shared notepad is for the dispatcher to write notes for you to see. So this is only read-only. And then the call log, and then any other descriptions that you may have put. Automatically, when you put 10.11, your arrival is set as 10.23 because you're on the traffic stop. Let's say something happens and you need to arrest the suspect. You can put cuffs on them, and then you can hit in custody or 10.15, and that will change your call log and then your current status. Let's say you cuffed them and you put them in the back of your police car and you're going to transport them to the prison. All you would do is en route or 1076, and that is it. Let's say you get to the prison, you finish all your booking, and you're done. You can go back and hit 10.8. So that is basically how you do a call. As of right now, you can only do traffic stops. I think that's the route we're going to go. We're not going to do all calls, just traffic stops. So just please make sure you do that for traffic stops. So that is the bottom row, just for self-dispatching. So I'm actually going on the top row right now. So the subdivision desk, you are in a subdivision. It's the vehicle that you've chosen, but we don't have any links for subdivisions at this moment. Call archive. One sec. Alright, call archive is a way that you can look back at previous calls if you remember the call number. So our last call number was 138, so I'm just going to hit that here. You're going to type it in, and then it might take a little bit to load. Maybe it was 137. I don't remember now. But we're gonna open up 137. it was shots fired, open details, and this basically just shows the call notes from that call. This is a way, if you're interested in doing investigations or that kind of stuff, or looking at past calls, this is something you can do. So that's the call archive. The ALPR database, if you don't know, the ALPR stands for Automatic License Plate Reader database. So this is actually a good example. So this is basically an iframe, if you are not familiar with website design, and you need to retrieve access from our admins to access this. And let me just do that real quick. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to do this. So just give me 1 sec here. Again, we're going to use the email that you signed up on. So we'll have your email, so we'll share it with you automatically. At least our high command should remember to do that. Lately, they have been having some issues, to be honest, but I promise I'll whip them into shape to make sure they get there. But I believe this is good now. So I'm just going to hit the refresh button. I'm sorry about this. I completely forgot. All right, so ALPR, perfect. So it may look like a lot, but basically, what we are basically simulating here is there's cameras on top of your police car that just detects the license plates all around your police vehicle. And this is just an easy way. It's kind of like a cheaty way, if you may, to find out license plates around you. So one license plate I always use, for example, is DOC. So you just put the license plate, and then it's going to tell you the model, the ID number, and the name. And that's it. It's not going to tell you any other additional information, because it's just supposed to be something quick and easy that you can do. If that's not, for example, a hot knife, you can go and then look it up more and do a little more investigating and see what's actually wrong with it. But this is just a nice, helpful tool to assist in investigations. So, Academy and FTO, this just brings up our roster. And then we're actually going to have another video explaining our Academy process. But this is basically how it's going to be recorded, is with this button right here. The all department roster, again, it's just going to be going to our 3 department rosters. Currently we have the state police, ran by Grant Flores and James Wilson. Our LSPD, that's ran by Kyle Burkett, Code Cook, and Olivia Bateman. And then our BCSO, that is ran by Riley Burkett and John Titleman. So this just shows everyone's department's badge numbers and stuff like that. Right here, you can log out and go back to our dashboard. If you don't like the lighter color, each CAD again has different colors, but they all have a dark and a lighter color to the color palette. So if you hit night mode, it just brings up the all green, which some people may like. Active calls, I'll go right here. So from here, you can see that our last active call was the traffic stop move that we created earlier. It doesn't, you can't click it or anything. It just shows, the last update and the title and that kind of stuff. Additionally, if you're not familiar, we actually use a dispatch channel in our Discord that shows, 911 calls, emergency calls. Most popular, it does show robberies. We haven't had one in a few days, it looks like. But, or sometimes people in the prison call us that they need to be released. So this is another main reason. Or if they need to be revived somewhere. We actually use this pretty frequently. So anyways, so this is in the active calls page. You can't type in here or anything. This is just for reference. Unfortunately, you will not get notified when there's a new call on here. You will if you are on our Discord. One sec, I think I have it hidden. Oh, I don't have the role. Oh, geez, I'm full of mistakes today. Jeez. Okay, let me fix this. Sorry about this. All right, perfect. No. Oh, geez. Okay. LAO maybe. Yep, there we go. So, perfect. You don't even see the message history. But regardless, if you use this and you clock in, if you're familiar with how we clock in, you'll be able to see this chat on your Discord, and that way, you can get notified correctly. But this way does not notify you; it just shows you the call. So, anyways, I'm going to skip the MDT lookup, the plate database. I'm going to skip these till later. The patrol map. So the patrol map, we do use a pretty unique map. I know a lot of people use a different map, but this one is actually used in many 5M servers on the PC. So this just has more exact postal codes and street names. So these will be the postal codes we use when we are in our sessions. We do patrol statewide, so that is why we use this one. Some other people use different ones, but basically, I'm on a computer right now. So all you do, you scroll with your mouse wheel, or if you're, on a laptop, you can pinch with your trackpad, and then you can just drag like a normal map, how you would with like Google Maps, for example. So you can zoom in or whatnot with this. I will quickly say that brings up a good point. This does the best job on a computer or a laptop. I understand not everyone has a laptop or computer. We do require TeamSpeak for our radio, so I would think a lot of our cops do. But yes, we do require TeamSpeak, but this does work the best on a computer. This does work a little bit on the phone. It just is a little weird. You might probably want to have someone just look up stuff for you if you're using this on a phone. But everything else, you could totally use this on a phone. It just doesn't look the best. So anyways, that's the patrol map. Let's go to active bolos. So active bolos, it's just going to show a little chart of all the active bolos. Currently, we just have one from earlier today. Actually, that's a pretty weird reason. But yeah, there's a person bolo out for a raping at the Diamond Casino. You can look up active bolos there. And all department chat, actually a lot of our dispatchers like using this. Basically, this chat will be used to, not verbally, but in the means of texting each other, basically. You could text, if you're LSPD, you could text BCSO, or you could even text dispatch. Let's say you have a plate and you want to write it down, and you want to let all the other officers know of that plate. You could just write the plate down, or if you need to, if you're doing some investigating and you don't want others to hear you, through a voice channel, you could type in here so then everyone else knows. And again, we do have a dark mode if you would prefer that. So that's that. Our handbook, it's just a link to our handbook. Our handbook is pretty extensive. We'll be working on condensing this because this still, at this point, has our old highway patrol stuff before we split up in 3 different divisions. Before this, we only had one department that everyone was just a state trooper. But now we switched into 3, the state police, the LSPD, and BCSO. So we will be working on breaking this up and fixing and changing some things. But either way, when that happens, it will be all in the handbook. I'm actually going to start over here. So the notepad, it's just a basic notepad. The nice thing with this that is different from other CADs is, let's say I type on here, just like this. If I click out, it's going to stay there. The nice thing that a lot of other CADs don't do is I'm going to quickly log out. If you log out, now watch, it doesn't work while I say it. But yeah, if you log out, you log back in with the subdivisions and your identifier, continue. If you open Notepad, it will still be there. So that does, go about, you do Google Chrome removed cookies and JavaScripts, I believe, from their platform. So that's why that pops up. But regardless, this will stay here for multiple days, weeks, months. So if you need to write any notes, a lot of different CADs, once you refresh the page, the note will disappear. But our notes section does not. So that's pretty nice. So that's our Notepad. Our charge calculator, I will explain later. I'm trying to get the easy stuff out of the way right away. So our Pinot code, so we did, I will throw a disclaimer out there. We did use Twitch RP as motivation, just because I personally have played on their server and I love how structured their Pinot code is. But by no means did we copy or did any acts of plagiarism from the server. Everything is to our own Pinot code numbers. Obviously, some of the wordage, is not unique to us, but that's pretty hard to do. But all the definitions were hand typed, and there's no acts of plagiarism with any of this. But again, I do want to add a disclaimer that we did use Twitch RP as motivation. But yes, this is our Pinot code. It's split up into 13 titles, I believe. Each title is pretty broken down. It explains the what type of charge, the charge number, the title, the max amount of months, the max amount of time, and then a very short definition of the charge. So it goes all the way down here. And then for the vehicle offenses, we do have driving points that we will explain later, but all the driving points are on the last column here. So our LEO fire department tow units, if you click this, it will just show all the active police, fire and EMS and tow that is on duty. You can't edit any of this, only supervisors can. But here you will see, for example, Code Cook is part of the Los Angeles Police Department, and he's driving the Pursuit Division VSTR. And you see me, San Andreas Highway Patrol, the Patrol Division Buffalo S. If you are not familiar, our Pursuit Division basically gets a little better and faster cars, but there is a little test and evaluation that comes with it. So that's that. The name and firearm database I will skip. 10 codes is just a copy of our 10 codes we have on our handbook. Most of the 10 codes are the same from other servers. It's just something that you can relate to if you need to. So okay, perfect. We are 28 minutes in. I'm trying not to edit and cut the video as much as possible, just so I can get it out as soon as possible, just because I do have other things to do. But I'm going to show how to look up stuff and do all the paperwork, if you may. So so the first button I'm going to go to, and I'm going to probably talk about this for the next 5 to 10 minutes probably, is our MDT lookup. So you want to click this, and it's going to open up the person information search. So again, this is going to be shared to you when you get access to the CAD. If you do not have access, or if this is not working properly, just let one of our high command know, and they will give you access. Regardless, so how we search up our civilians is by their ID number. When they join the server, each civilian gets a unique ID number. So I'm gonna just enter mine, which is number 2. So that's that. From there, it's going to show up the name, the gender, date of birth, when they register, the amount of tickets, arrests, and warrants, and their age and some other stuff. So this is the person information. At any point, you can click this button, and we'll go back to here. The next page is the vehicle information. The vehicle information, as you would think, is information about a vehicle plate. So I'm going to use the last example, the DOC. So I'm going to enter that, and you're going to see the RO's information. Okay, perfect. So you're going to see the RO's information, which is Joe Mama, the male, all this other stuff. And then you're also going to see information about the vehicle, which is a vapid hot knife, the VIN, the primary color, any modifications, insurance needed, is it impounded, and then the class of the vehicle. And that's it for vehicle information. Like all these other tabs, if you click this, you will go back to here. Arrest history. So this grabs the number, the ID number from person information. So it should switch here. There we go. It may take a little time to load and to calculate everything, but basically for arrest, citation, firearm, and warrants, you'll need to enter the ID number from person information, and then they will get carried through all the pages. It's just something easier, so you don't need to enter the ID number for each tab. So as you see, I had 3 arrests here. It shows the dates, the time served, the fines, the charges, the arresting officer's badge number, and then the report number. So next part is citation history. There we go. I don't know what happened there. So citation history, again, as you may think, is just like arrest history, just for citations. It will grab the ID number from the person information. There you go. It switches by itself. So again, it just shows date, the fines. I guess there wasn't any for these. The offenses, the arresting officer, and then the report number. Report number, if you don't know, is wrong Discord. Is these. So it's that number back there. So it's the 2350, 2418, 2420, so on and so forth. When you do the booking report, you'll see that. So the firearm registration, as you may think, is the information about firearms. This will automatically switch. I don't think I have any firearms registered. So, yep, no responses. So there's no firearms registered. But this would have the date and then the firearm. This also, if you scroll here, you can also scroll. There's additional ones. I don't have many, so that's why it doesn't show that. So vehicle modifications. So unlike everything else, vehicle modifications grabs the plate from vehicle information. So if you'd like to look up a vehicle modification, you have to look up the vehicle information first, and then vehicle modification. So this will grab the plate, and then like it said right here, it says 0 modifications. That just confirms that there's 0 modifications right here. And then also shows a brief information about the vehicle. So warrants. All right, so there's 3 different warrant tabs. The basic warrants tab will just show the active warrants for the person that you searched up here. As you see, I only had a hard bellow. This was back when we when we had a difference between soft and hard bellows, and we entered hard bellows through this. But now just for warrants. So that's that. If you like to change the warrant status, you can click this. And then basically, this is just a way for you to, if you arrest someone for a warrant, you're supposed to close the warrant so that you just don't keep on getting arrested for the warrant, if that makes sense. So, all you have to do is find, the ID number, the case number. The case number is the same as the ticket number. So all you want to go, let's say I want to close this one. All I would do is change open to closed, and that's all I would do. And then so you would just scroll down here and then change that out as you go. If you like to go at active warrants, that just shows all warrants that are active right now. These can't change. Actually, this is gonna update, I believe. Yes. Yep. So these will change while we close and open warrants. And they may get a little backloaded in the format. Well, no, actually, it looks pretty good. But regardless, so these are all active warrants. So let's say we don't put the name on here just because we don't want our officers just to look for one person. So we do put the person ID. So, if you know anyone's ID by, back of your hand, like I know number 12 is Wyatt Bateman. So if I see Wyatt Bateman around, I know, hey, he has a warrant. But yeah, we don't put any names on here just because we don't want anyone to get targeted. But yeah, so that's all the active warrants, and then you can just click back here, and then you can change between both. So that's the MDT lookup tab. The reason why I waited for these is if you click plate database, it will just take you to the vehicle information. It's just a little faster to click to that. Same thing with name database. If you click name database, it'll just go straight to here. Again, you can use all these buttons in any order as you may. And then firearm database, as you may think, it just goes to the firearm registration. Perfect. All right. We're going to go to reports. So reports, there are multiple and many reports we have. I will go through all of them briefly. The booking report I will take the most time on. So I'm actually going to work from the bottom up just because these are pretty quick. So if you like to follow a BOLO stands for be on the lookout. All you would do is hit BOLO, and then you would just enter the information here, and then hit start BOLO. Once you hit start BOLO, if you want to check that it did actually enter, you can go to active BOLOs, and as you can see, it is right here. Only supervisors can clear BOLOs. Next report is the IAA officer report. That's just something if you want to report an officer, you would put your full name, officer's full name, your badge number, the active supervisor, the day and time of the incident, and then just explain what happened. The IAA is the internal affairs. Basically, it's like an HR department. Yeah. So we do have that. I'm currently in charge of this department. So that's just something to make sure our officers are accountable for their actions. So if you'd like to report any officers, this is how you do it. At any time, if you want to click out of a pop-up, you just click outside and then go back to the pop-up. PERMA DOA, this is just a death certificate. If anyone is permanently dying from the server, this just shows basically a step-by-step on how to do a permadeath. We don't have many of these. I think we've had like 10 throughout all our whole existence of the server. But this is something that you'll need to do. If you do this, you can just talk to the supervisor that's on duty, and they can help you with that. So next is an OIS, or an officer-involved shooting. So OIS real quick. So whenever you fire your service weapon, you are required to report that. Just to make sure, again, that our officers are accountable for their actions. Again, as well as we've been having a few problems with shootings and them not being justified. So all you're going to need to do is put your information, put the incident information, and just explain what happened and why you shot your firearm. The full incident report. Please be as in-depth as possible. And then High Command and IAA will look this over, and they will contact you if your shooting was justified or not. Impound. We don't use the impound a lot, which is why it does not work. There's no form for that. The 5150, if you're not familiar with that, you can read up on this. We don't really use this much, but basically it's a mental health evaluation if we would hold someone for a 5150 hold at Parsons. So this just shows you basically how to do it. Basically, you want to have the appearance, and you want to choose the options, and then there's a number at the end of each option. You just would want to add all these options up, and then basically you want to go use this key for how you would proceed with a 5150 hold. So reports. If you go to warrant. Again, all warrants have to be signed by a judge and okayed by High Command. To be honest, you probably won't be doing this much as normal officers, but you could choose between warrant and FTA warrant, officer badge number, ticket number, and just some information in a warrant description, and then you would press next, and then some other things would pop up. Reports. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna explain the whole booking process because it is different with everything that we changed. So the booking process right now. This is actually gonna show. I'm gonna show this off real quick here. So if I do an IA officer report, and let's just say I put my name, Matthew McBride, and then I'm gonna report Riley Burkett, I guess. I don't know her badge number. I'm gonna put my badge number. So I entered this. If I click out of it, and then I go back to it, it will still be there. So that is that for all reports, including the booking report, and I will show you why that's important. So you go to booking report. You can read all this. Not all of this is 100% up to date. As you can see, this is from May. We will continuously update this, but we will let you know when we do. So you can hit next, and then basically this is how a traditional booking report will take. We've went through many booking reports, very long to very short. This is probably the easiest and the shortest booking report we've ever done, and it explains a lot of things. I'm just going to do a booking report for myself. So suspect first name is Matthew. Last name McBride. I'm going to put 1 for my ID. Sentencing officer, I'm going to put myself. And then you can choose the classification of the report. So basically, if you are at any time arresting them, you want to hit arrest. If you are giving them a citation or impounding, you want to give them that. If you are just impounding a car, you want to hit that. If you are arresting them just on a failure to pay warrant or an FTA warrant, you want to hit that. If you are just doing an incident report, do that. If you are just doing a written warning, you're just doing that. So at this point, I'll do an arrest and citation. Okay, perfect. So now we're getting to the charges. So why this is important is you can click out, and we're going to go to the charge calculator, and this is why I skipped this. So, all right, perfect. So basically, here's our charge calculator. It is kind of broken up. I'm not a fan of how this was cropped, but basically, I'm going to arrest myself on armed robbery, and then grand theft auto. So just those 2 charges. I'll also do evading, looting and evading. Let's make it reckless evading. All right, perfect. So these 3 charges. So that's step 1. I'm not sure why that was cut off, but that's step 1. Step 2 is basically you can choose between these options. You can either normal suspect charged with normal sentencing procedures, so no reductions, no parole, stuff like that. The suspect can elect to receive parole, or the suspect can elect to interchange jail time with fines, or vice versa. The third step is to look at the reductions. Your highest, the most you can reduce is 50%. So these 3 charges are a total of 111 months with a $48,000 fine. If I want to reduce 50%, that would be 56 months and a $24,000 fine. So that's how this works. You can choose any of these at any combination. Just not more than 50% most of the time. If we go here, and then again, this is all officer discretion. You can either do 0%, 15, 20, 25. It really depends on you. Basically, how this was lined up is basically, if you chose this, you're going with that step. If you choose this, you're going with that step. If you choose this, you're going with this step. So, if you want to do normal sentencing, you don't want to offer anything or anything like that, you just continue to the next step. If you're receiving parole, basically you want to add 60 months to the 0 reduction. So if they are receiving parole, that would be 171 months. But all of that they get to serve outside of jail. So that's the plus with parole, is they don't need to sit in jail, but they do still have their parole sentence. If they want to interchange jail time with fines, basically each month you remove, you want to add $1,000. So let's say they want to remove the 56 months. That would be 56,000 you add to their fines. Or if they don't like this 24,000, every 2,000 removed, you add 1 month. So let's say they don't like the 24, you remove that to 0. That would be 12 extra months. So that would be a total of 68 months and a $0,000 fine. So that is just some quick math you can figure out if you like to offer them that. So here's a list of the charges. Then here is basically just a cropped version of the penal code. Shows the title, the title of the charge, the class, the jail sentence, the fines, and then description or the definition and the driving point. If there's nothing here, that means they get no driving points. And then just the 1 point for reckless evasion. So anyways, after we calculated all of that and we know what we're going to sentence them, we're going to just copy this. We're going to Control C, or you can go and copy. I usually could just Control C. A lot of people actually don't know that. And then I'm going to go to Reports to Booking. And then we're back here. So I'm just going to copy this, and that's the charges. We're going to go next. Okay, so these are the modifiers. So you can ask your suspect if he pleads guilty. If he basically pleads guilty, there's no chance you can go to court. If he does not plead guilty, then you just don't put anything. Does the suspect want parole? This basically is a yes or no. It reminds you on some rules about parole and that kind of stuff. Do you want to tag them as a frequent felon? You can read this by yourself. Basically, kind of ultimately screws them over when they are a frequent felon. Do you want to suspend their driver's license? Yes or no. It explains how to suspend their license. Are you interchanging times with fines or vice versa, like I explained in the charge calculator? And then are they a first-time offender? If they are a first-time offender, the max is 20 months and a $5,000 fine. A lot of people don't remember that. And then any caution codes. If you were not familiar with caution codes, you can refer to the penal code. But different caution codes mean different things. And then again, we don't use this impounding vehicle form. So anyways, you're going to press next. Asset seizure. So basically, are you going to be taking anything away from them? So let's say they used a gun. You want to take the gun away from them. So you would hit yes. And then you would hit next. And then this is a long list. This is every item that is in our Discord. But you would want to choose what you are trying to take away. I believe if you hit Control F and you just hit Buffalo, that does pop up. So if you are on Google Chrome, you can hit Control F, or you can do Find, and then that same thing will happen. So anyways, I'm going to scroll down here, hit next. If you like to add an other, that is possible too. So hit next. I guess this is required. So hit next. All right, perfect. So incident report. All booking reports need an incident. It could be something as easy as he ran a stop sign to he robbed a bank, or you can add multiple paragraphs if you like. It's just something if we need to, we can refer later. If you are arresting them, there needs to be some sort of DNA. Mostly people do the fingerprint, which is when you take them to the jail and you're like, okay, place your finger on the thumb pad. Sometimes if they don't have, for whatever reason they don't want you to fingerprint them, you could just take a picture of their face and then upload it to the ticket channel. Or you can do a voice sample. I rarely do this. I did this for one person, but basically you would just record a clip of them saying their name and their ID number, and then you would just save that. You would hit their ID number right here, which, again, all civilians have their own ID number. Confirm ticket number. So This is how we do tickets for now. This is a new system. So how to do tickets is, wrong Discord again. So you want to go to actions, and you want to hit new, -new. And then that will make a new ticket. You go down here, and it mentions you down here. So our ticket number is 2453. This explains how to pay your citations, as well as, you know, how to dispute your charges and that kind of stuff. So 2453, that's what we want to remember. So from there, we want to go back to actions. We want to do -add, and then we want to mention the person that we're adding to the ticket, or the person that we're giving the ticket to, or the person that we are arresting. So in this case, I'm arresting myself. And then we want to hit hashtag, and then the ticket number, so 2423. And that is that. And you press enter, and then it will just say it's been added. You can actually click here to get teleported, and that's that. Oops, that's the wrong ticket. It is 2453. I'm sorry about that. A lot of mistakes. -add McBride 2453. There we go. That should work. Perfect. So once we're here, we're gonna hit the ID number, or the ticket number 2453. Total jail time, we're going with 111 months, and then the fine, I believe, was 24,000. Doesn't need to be, you know, it needs to be exact, but yep. And then all you gotta do is hit submit, and that is that. And then you can easily just go and create another one. And then in here, you want to do the summon command. And the summon command has never changed except one thing. So you want to hit summon, and then you want to mention the person. And then you want to put the jail time, which is 111. The time, the fines, I'm sorry, 24,000. And then you want to put the driving point. So in this instance, it is 1 driving point. And then you want to hit the charges, I believe. Yep, you see I just controlled V'd and pasted the charges just like that. And you press enter. And that is the summons. It's a lot shorter, easier to see. And then we added the driving points. If you are not familiar with the addition of driving points, basically when you check someone's ID, this is another command not a lot of people do. If you do check ID and then the name, it'll pop up with something that looks like, actually it's not possible in here. You have to go to actions, check ID. My assistants are like, what is going on? It will show your ID, which is basically your user card, because we use roles for all our licenses. So for example, if we go to Riley, you can see that she has a CCW, a Class D, and a Class M. And then you see I have 1 driving point. Once you get to 20, your license gets suspended. And then you could do the command 20 points, and then mention me. Or maybe it's 20 point. Or you have to do it, I'm sorry. There we go. So once I do that, you'll see that it's a suspended license. So that's how that works. Yep. And then once then they have 7 days from this date and time to pay off the fine. When you jail them in, you want to hit jail in and then their name. So this basically says that they are starting their jail time now. And then when they are done, so in 111 months or minutes, 1 month is 1 minute, they will do they will call us saying that they need to be released, and then all we need to do is jail out and then their name. And this basically just confirms that they completed their whole jail sentence. During their jail sentence, they will actually have a jail roll. Their name will be red. So that's a little perk. And then hopefully down the line we'll have a Department of Corrections that they will do this. But for now, we have to check them in and check them out. So that is that. So that's our reports, all our reports, and that is also the charge calculator right here. If you need to, this is just some links. You can go right to our booking report, right to our warrants, right to our penal code, to the MDT lookup, or to the create a bolo. So Perfect. That is all of that. Lastly, I saved this for last. If at any time you need to press your panic button, you hit this, and a little tone will play. And then to just let go of your panic button, you hit that, and that is that. Something that a lot of people don't know is the CAD includes keybinds. So if you hit number 8, it will set you to 10.8. If you hit number 7, it will set you to 10.7. If you hit number 6, 10.6. If you hit M, I believe, it will pop up the map. If you click L, it will load up the MDT lookup. If you press P, that is the panic button. Perfect. So we're going to log out. And we're going to leave. That just says that there's some things that are not saved. That's fine. And that's that. I'm going to quickly show you the Blaine County Sheriff. Again, general session, your name, or your division, and then your badge number. And then it's just the blue and gold. Everything is the same, as you can see. You can go night mode. It's all blue. I'm going to log out. I'll show you LSPD real quick. For this, I'm just going to hit no side of vision, 150. Alright, and then as you see, it's just a blue and a blue. Night mode is all blue. So, again, all these are the same. Everything's the same. It's just different colors and different logos and that kind of stuff. So, that concludes the CAD tutorial. I know this is long. It's looking at 56 minutes. I'm sorry. Sorry that I said a lot. I know after this video, a lot of people will make fun of me. I will say, though, if anyone has watched this whole video, please do a complaint for me that says So all you got to do is go to community chat and do complaint, and then just mention me and hit If you do this, I will pay you $5,000 just that you watch this whole video. So don't tell people, because I don't want to give out too much. This will only go for the next till Sunday night. This will only go for 3 days until Sunday night. This will be a little perk for you guys that you watch the whole video. Keep this a secret for just us. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm sorry we don't record lots of YouTube videos. I'm planning on recording more, hopefully very soon. But until then, thanks for watching, and enjoy DOJ PS4, and we will see you in the next session. Thank you.